Alright, the next thing that we want to do is we want to create views, because all we've done to this point with our blog is we added some pieces to the database, we activated it in the administration, and we went into the administration piece and added a few just arbitrary blog posts. But when we serve our site, there's nothing to be seen for the blogs yet, so we have to create that. The other thing that we want to do is, as we recognized when we were looking at the admin panel for the blog list view, there was nothing being returned from this view of meaning to us. It was just returning an index of these objects. So we can add a little piece to this view that will take and return a string of this thing according to the title. So now in the administration panel, instead of post object 1 or post object 2, what we will have is we'll have the title of the blog. We're accessing the title of the thing itself, right? This was an attribute of the model of the title. Okay, so there's that first piece. The next piece is that we want to create a page that lists our blog posts. So we're going to do that in a blog home HTML file. And in that HTML file, what we're going to do is we will create a list view that is the blog list view in our views. Here's our blog list view. And within that, we are going to say map this to the post model, and we're going to create a template called blog home. So this list view, I think I started ahead of where we were. So we create a class called blog list view, and this is just like before when we created a template view, only it's a list view. And this list view will list each and every element of the posts that our website has. So we can use some Ginger logic and loop through these things. This actually creates a list of all the posts with all the attributes, just like we have here. Like we can say self.title. We'll do something similar, and we will create a base HTML file. So I'm just going to do that pointing and clicking and call this base.html. Actually, I don't think I need this. I already have a base HTML, so I'm actually going to just ditch that. And my blog home, I am going to extend my base HTML that I already have, and in this content I am going to create a for loop for post in object list. Now this is a product of that list view. This object list contains the different elements of the post object. So I'll create a div, and I'll create a header that contains the title, and I'll create a paragraph that contains the body. We'll end the loop. And I will end the content, this content block. Okay, so there's my blog home. now what I need to do is I need to come in and create a, so this is my, this is basically like a template view. I create the view, I create the template to be shown, and now I need to create a URL, which I think I've already done. I've done too much. So we're just going to add the preceding blog path to this. Similar as before, we've imported that view file because we're calling that blog list view, and we need the path function. So we use path blog views blog list view as view, and we'll name that blog home. And if we save that and go to the server, hopefully what we see is at this URL from our home page, go /blog, that we have a list of that. So my server is already running. I'm going to go to the home page and then go to the blog page, and there we go. I see my two blogs that I had entered in the administration panel. It has the title and the body of it, the title and the body of it. So the next thing that we want to do is we want to go ahead and create pages that we then have each individual blog with. We'll create references, hrefs, here within these title tags that take us to these next pages, and we will call those blog detail pages. So again, we just need a view and a template and a URL. So we'll create a view called a detail view. So first we will import this detail view. Again, it's very similar to the template and the list view that we have already seen. And then I need to create a view, and I'll call this blog detail view. And this is going to be a detail view. We're again using that post model. And I'm going to just change the template name to blog detail.html. Save that, create a new template, and call this blog detail.html. And in this, I am going to ask it to extend the base.html file, so that I already created in the previous videos, so that I have the nav bar. And then I'm going to add the content. And here, the content is just the entry itself. So we'll block the content, and then we will create a div class equals post entry h2. So we'll create a header that is the title of the post. And we'll create again a paragraph that is the body of the post. We'll close that content out. Save it, and okay, we're good to go in terms of we have our views established. We've got these two different views, the list view, which will list the different blogs on the blog homepage, and then we have the ability to see each individual blog in these blog detail views. The next thing we need to do is create the URLs to these. So I'm going to path blog /. Now here I'm going to use this int pk, and this is that primary key. That's what we saw before when we had the admin panel up and we created our new blogs. It just showed us the name of this post object 1, post object 2. Those indices are these primary keys. So what I'm doing here is I'm creating a URL that goes to blog 1 for the first blog, blog 2 for the second, blog 3, and so on. And this is created from the views blog detail view as view, and its name is going to be blog detail. And make sure to put my comma so when I do it again I'll be ready to go. And finally what we can do is come back into this this blog home piece, and we can add a little href within the head tag. So we'll add an A with an href to the URL for each post. So URL, and we'll call this blog detail, and we'll say post.pk for that primary key, and we'll close that off and get that guy there. Okay, so now if we go to our page, what we should be able to do is we should be able to navigate to the blog page and see the list of the different blog posts, and then click the titles of them to bring us to a page that has each individual blog on it. So let's see if that actually works. Oh, it looks like it might be good. They're blue, so they have references now. And there we go. Sure enough, here's my first post. Okay. So all together, we've got our blog. We have our home page. If I go to my blog and I click on this, I can go to the individual page. And if you look up here, you see that that took me to blog 1. So if I log into my admin panel and add another post that is third daily, this is third. Sure. Save. View site. Go to my blog. There it is. And if I navigate to it, it took me to the third page. So you should see the power in being able to access those primary keys and map these things. Also to start using these additional kinds of views to create some basic pages that list elements of things that are repeated.